You want to get shredded this summer. You're finally ready to take control of your life this year and stop envying other people's bodies. You're ready to start being proud of your own, but you don't know where to start. You've tried dieting in the past, but it only led you to being sad, miserable, and still unsatisfied with your body. The weather has been really nice out recently, and you know what that means? Summer is coming. I don't know about you guys, but me personally, I've been on Pinterest like all day, every day. I'm looking at all the cutest summer outfits, the cutest little beach photos, and I want to actually be confident in my body this summer instead of just envying other people's bodies. And look, it is possible. It's not just about genetics. It's about discipline, dedication, determination, and you guys can feel confident in your bodies this summer. Let me just share a little bit of my story. The past few years, since my initial weight loss in like 2022, I have been pretty lean usually during the summers, but last summer I knew that I could definitely be a little bit more shredded, and I don't know about you guys, but I want to be shredded this summer. Okay, last summer I was like, I just wish that I had a little bit more muscle on my body and a little bit less fat, and I couldn't really just keep cutting because I was already not eating very much because I was trying to look lean. But honestly, it wasn't really working because it's like the less and less you eat, your metabolism is going to adjust to it. What you need is to build muscle, so that's why I went through a building phase. In this winter I bulked. Let me tell you, the bulk went crazy. Insert some pictures. So I am a lot bigger than I was before, and I definitely want to lean out a little bit. So if you guys are interested in following along with my journey, definitely subscribe. I'm going to be doing weekly videos about my 75 hard challenge and my journey doing 75 hard and leaning out for the summer. But this video is all about how to get shredded for the summer and how to get your dream summer body. And everybody has different goals. So first of all, it's important to identify your personal goal. Some people it's going to be to gain muscle. Some people it's going to be to lose fat, and some people it's going to be a mixture of both. Gain muscle and simultaneously lose fat, and that's what we call body recomp. And that's for a lot of people who are in what I would call skinny fat, where you look fat, you look fluffy, or you feel fat and fluffy, but maybe you're the right weight for your body and you don't necessarily want to lose weight. And that's where you gain muscle and lose fat at the same time, so you maintain the same amount of weight. Maybe you even gain weight, but you will look leaner because muscle weighs more than fat. Now let's talk about the importance of getting that dream body. Why does it matter? Confidence comes with within. I thought a bikini body was anybody that had a bikini on. Yes, you guys, that is so true. Confidence does come with within, and it's not going to be once you get to a certain body that you're going to be magically confident. Training, nutrition, exercise, taking care of yourself is what's going to make you more confident, and I found that in my life, and I know a lot of people that have also found that in their life. It's not just, I'm not just saying it. And not only that, but my body is a temple of the Lord, and I want to take care of it. I don't want to just keep treating it like crap. And it doesn't necessarily have to do with what it looks like, because you can definitely take care of your body and have a bigger body. It's good to have a healthy amount of fat on your body. You don't want to just be like lean and shredded all the time. For me, I know that my body is where it's at right now, not because of healthy measures, but because of a lot of unhealthy decisions. And so I'm ready to turn my life around. And if you're with me, please stay tuned. If you are on the heavier side, weight loss may be a good goal for you. If you're on the lighter side, maybe it's good to gain some muscle if you want that defined and lean and toned look that we're all looking for. We all want to be toned, right? Hey guys, just a quick little side note. Not everybody wants to be toned, and that is okay. Like, there's some people that are not toned and they're perfectly happy with their body. This video is primarily like catered to people that are already desiring to change their body. And look, I think that you should be confident in the body that God has given you no matter what. This video is primarily for people that are desiring to lean up for the summer. So I just want to give that little disclaimer. There are so many people that are absolutely beautiful, healthy, happy, and absolutely perfect in their body. Do not I'm not trying to influence people. This is mainly for people who already want to be toned. So if that is not a desire you have, click out of this video. Please just keep living your life and be the happiest, best version of yourself. For starters, you got to decide if you want to track macros or if you want to take a more intuitive approach. I think tracking macros is easier. However, it can lead to sort of obsession, like food obsession or feeling deprived. And if that's something that you feel like you might struggle with, then I would steer away from that and just go the intuitive approach. I can do a whole video on that. Otherwise, there are videos on YouTube about how to intuitively eat and how to lose weight while intuitive eating. And again, maybe weight loss isn't your goal. I just keep kind of putting that out there because that's my goal, but maybe you would rather body recomp or gain weight. So if you do want to track macros, I'm going to talk a little bit about that. I personally use MyFitnessPal. I think it's the easiest. That's just what I've always used. But first of all, you can use a macro calculator. However, I would not use an online macro calculator, and here's why. Every single time I've used them, it gives me some outrageous amount of calories to use as my cut, and I'm like, girl, I'm sorry, but I like food and I cannot be eating 1,200 calories a day. I'm sorry. And everybody's daily caloric needs are going to come from them personally. You can't just use an online calculator to tell you what you should be eating every day. So that's why I would suggest taking 1 week before you even start dieting or whatever, and just track on MyFitnessPal, or maybe even just in your notes app, just calculate the amount of calories that you're eating daily and then take the average of the whole week, because it's going to be different every day. You're going to eat more one day, less one day, but it'll average out to a certain amount, right? And you're going to use that average as your maintenance calories, and from then, if you're wanting to cut, you can take off 200 to 500 calories, and if you're wanting to gain weight, I would say add like 200 calories, and if you're wanting to body recomp, then keep it the same. All influencers are going to say prioritize protein, and I am not going to be the exception. Protein is so important. You want to aim to get 20 to 30 grams in every meal, which I think is totally doable. Like, literally just a very small amount of chicken has 20 grams of protein. It's not that hard. You can do chicken, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese. There's so many things that have protein, but also you want to prioritize carbs because that's your body's main source of energy, and prioritize fats. So many people, when they're in a calorie deficit, they want to cut out fats because it doesn't have a whole lot of volume, and that's very true, and that's what I did. But unfortunately, that will leave you starving. You could be eating the right amount of calories, but if you're not eating enough fats, you're going to feel unsatisfied, hungry, and your hunger hormones are going to be off, your female hormones are going to be off. You're just not going to feel your best. And honestly, I would suggest tracking macros for at least some point in your life, just for like a couple weeks, even if you don't want to like dedicate your life to it, just because it gives you a good idea of the macronutrients in each food. Like, for example, like eggs are a good source of protein, but they also have a lot of fat in them, and that's why a lot of bodybuilders and stuff will eat egg whites, because that's just straight protein. It's also really important to eat nutrient dense foods. For so long, I was just focused on hitting the macros, and you know, if it fits my macros, it's fine. However, like, weight loss is so much more, and building your dream body is so much more than just if it fits your macros. Yes, you might lose weight, but you might not look the way you want to look if all you're eating is like protein bars, protein powder, and like diet soda, which all right, I love diet soda. I'm not gonna stop drinking diet soda. Maybe one day. Not only that, but nutrition is going to fuel your energy levels. It's going to help like your cortisol. So cortisol is like your stress hormone, and the higher your stress hormones, the harder it is to lose fat, because your body wants to hold on to that as like a safety mechanism. And what you're eating also has to do with that. If you are in a calorie deficit, it's gonna be a lot easier to maintain. You're gonna feel a lot more at peace with your life and not wanting to, you know, do something bad to yourself. You're eating whole foods, they're going to be filling, satiating, and they're going to energize you throughout the day. You're not going to be constantly having your mind on food and what am I going to eat next, and I feel so deprived. And that's how I felt for a long time. Even though I was eating enough calories every day, I wasn't eating the proper nutrients, I wasn't eating enough healthy fats, and I wasn't eating enough nutrient dense foods. A lot of people in America are overfed and undernourished, and that's why we have to start prioritizing whole foods, nutrient dense foods, because it's true, we're all overfed and undernourished. So you're going to be still hungry even if you've eaten like 4,000 calories a day, if you haven't had the proper macronutrients and micronutrients. And there's a lot of people on like TikTok and YouTube that talk a lot about micronutrients and getting enough micronutrients in your daily diet without supplements and stuff, because so many people are like, oh, do you want enough of the greens? But really just including those into your diet. Now let's move on to training and exercise. If you want the shredded look, where does that come from? Comes from muscle, ladies, muscle. Now, muscle is scary. I have biceps for days. Some people don't want to be big and muscular, and I totally get that. I'm honestly a little bit insecure about how big my arms are. I wish that they weren't that big. Low-key, I don't hit upper body anymore. Like, I do focus on push-ups and pull-ups just because those are nice, like, full body exercise, but I really only hit upper body like once a week for a very short amount of time. But look, ladies, muscle is where you're gonna get that lean toned look from. There is a difference between having the six-pack that you can climb up and the six-pack where it's like just, you look a little bit lean, and that's going to be like how you perform the ab exercises. What I will say is there's no way to get lean and toned without having muscle on your body, because otherwise you're just going to look skinny fat. You're probably not going to have the shape that most women want if you're just going for weight loss and you're just like lowering your calories and doing a bunch of cardio. Not to mention, cardio is so important, you guys. I will never say that cardio is not important. Cardio strengthens your heart muscle, which your heart is a muscle. Your heart is a muscle, you guys, and it's very important to strength. Cardio is so good for improving endurance and stamina, and just for improving heart health, which as a registered EMT, heart health is the number one reason why people have medical issues, because they have chronic heart issues. However, high intensity interval training, HIIT, and super high intensity training is really going to increase your appetite. And so if weight loss is a goal of yours, I would say that instead of doing super high intensity cardio, I would suggest like taking fast walks, walks up hills, or even getting a weighted vest, which I'm gonna ask for my birthday because I really want a weighted vest, because weighted vests just make your workout just a little bit harder, and you don't even feel like your workout is harder. Like, you don't even feel like you're making your workout harder. It's just like a little extra challenge, and it gets you that little extra workout in without feeling like you're super like intensely like running or whatever. I am trying to get into running this year, so that's definitely something that I'm gonna try to do. But like, anyway, it will increase your appetite. So I would say if weight loss is a goal of yours, maybe stick to not doing HIIT workouts every single day. You want to aim for at least 3 to 5 strength training sessions, and this doesn't have to be super heavy weights. You don't have to be the next powerlifter in your town. You want to implement progressive overload. What that is increasing your amount of reps or your amount of weight every week, and you want to be prioritizing protein, which we've already talked about, and all these are going to help you build muscle. And then the amount of calories that you're eating is going to determine whether you're building muscle and simultaneously losing fat, building muscle, just building muscle and maybe building a little bit of fat, or losing fat and building muscle. And it is a lot harder to build muscle if you're in a cut. So you might not necessarily be building muscle. You might be more focusing on maintaining muscle if you're in a weight loss journey or in a cut, what I'm trying to do right now. And that's why progressive overload is super important. But again, you might not be able to necessarily progressively overload if you are on a cut. Just try to at least maintain. Now let's talk a little bit about rest and recovery. This is something that is so hard for some of us. I love being at the gym. It's my safe space. Rest and recovery is so important. Without proper rest and recovery, you won't be able to perform your best during your workouts. And I found that this year when I started bulking, I just made significant improvements, and a lot of it just had to do with the fact that I was taking way more rest days. I was really prioritizing my leg days because that's when I wanted to grow. And other than that, I was resting a lot. I wasn't doing a whole lot of cardio, and I was eating a lot. Taking time to rest is also a form of spiritual reflection. There's so many times where God references rest in the Bible, but let's just start with in Genesis. God takes rest for himself, and if the king of the universe needs a day of rest, then I think we need rest too. So it's important to take at least 1 day of rest per week. But while rest and recovery is very important, you do want to stay consistent with your goals. A lot of people will be like, oh, I'm gonna have a cheat day on this weekend, but unfortunately it really derails their progress. So if you want to get shredded this summer, I would suggest not doing a weekly cheat day, but maybe if it's really important to you, schedule a day a few months in the future for that you're gonna have a cheat day. And that's what I used to do when I was doing my initial weight loss a few years ago. I scheduled days like months in advance that I was gonna have be cheat days, and I know that's a controversial subject. Not a lot of people want to promote cheat days anymore, and I think that that is totally fair. I think it's important to take an intuitive approach in your overall life, but I think if you do have a specific goal and you want to do like, a cut for the summer for a few months, I think that's totally okay. And in that case, I think it is okay to have cheat days. And I think like nowadays people are like, oh, just be happy in your body, and that's true. Like I said at the beginning, confidence does come within. However, like there are times when you're gonna feel more confident and more comfortable in a certain body. It's okay to normalize that as long as it doesn't become obsessive or like the only thing we care about in life. Because again, the body is the temple of the Lord, and our ultimate goal is to treat our body with respect and take care of it, because we have the Holy Spirit living in it. So let's talk about the mindset of a shredded spirit, because we want to get shredded this summer, but we want to get shredded spiritually as well as physically. So the Bible talks a lot about discipline, right? Being disciplined is part of the Christian walk, and this is just spiritual discipline. We are, as Christians, we are set apart. We are God's chosen people. We're set apart from this world, and that means that we don't engage in the same things that this world engages in. Like, we have convictions as Christians. We don't fall into temptation, but we do fall into temptation, but we shouldn't. And it goes back to getting shredded physically. It's going to take a lot of discipline and work if you want to follow a diet, follow structure and routine to get shredded physically. And just like being a Christian, it takes discipline. It takes hard work to not engage in worldly things. Just like getting shredded for the summer, you might be hanging out with friends, or you might be at a party and you can't eat the cake or something, and it's because you have a goal, and your goal is to get shredded this summer and to feel confident. I can make another video talking about like when it becomes an obsession, like what is discipline versus obsession or idolizing your body, because I've been there, done that as well, and now I'm in a place where I can do it from a more objective way, and I don't have like a moral value associated with it. I know that I can eat the cake, and I'm just choosing not to because I have goals and I want to feel confident in my body this summer, and that's okay. And also, let's talk about failure, because you might fail in your diet. Like, literally, I already failed in 75 hard, and I might make a whole nother video about that, but like within the first week, I gave in to the temptation, and I literally had a cheat day, and I was like, Lord have mercy, like, I know that I shouldn't be doing this. I thought 75 hard was gonna be so easy for me, and it just wasn't, because I was just like, I just want to eat snacks with my friends. And it's so easy to fall into temptation. Like, that's such a minor thing. It's not like a sin. It's not like the end of the world. But it's like I had a goal. I thought that I was like wasn't gonna eat anything bad. Like, I thought that I was going to follow with my diet and my healthy whole foods and take care of my body. But then I saw that and I was like, oh my gosh, but like, I just want these snacks. I just want these chips. I just want the popcorners. And then suddenly you're no longer eating whole foods and you're no longer following your diet, and 75 hard is over and you have to restart. And let's talk about the bigger picture. Like I've been alluding to in this whole video, taking care of your body is an act of worship. Our body is the temple of the Lord. We are created in God's image. What we do on earth obviously is not going to last with us for eternity. What your body looks like this summer does not have any significance in eternity, but it's about your mindset and taking care of your body as an act of worship. It's doing it for the glory of God, because God doesn't care what you look like. He cares about your heart. He cares about the purpose for why you're doing what you're doing. So if you're doing it from a form of vanity because you just want to be the best, you want to look the best for yourself, versus if you're doing it as a form of glorifying God. For me, I want to be the best at everything that I put my mind to, because I want to be an example of Christ. And I know that I'm a child of the King, which means that I'm capable of so much more than the world limits us to, because God is on my side. Like, literally, the creator of the universe made me. He is on my side, so I know that I'm capable of anything. I know that all things are possible with God. It seems silly, but it's so true. If God wills it to happen, it will happen. If it's not God's will, it will not happen. Another reason, just kind of like why I think confidence is so important, is, as a Christian, like, it's our goal to glorify God, and like part of that is just like being kind to others, sharing the gospel with others, sharing Christ-like love with others. And sometimes that can be a lot harder if you don't feel confident in your own self, because how are you going to spread love to others if you don't love yourself? And again, self-love does not come from how you look like, it comes from within. But once you do start loving yourself, that's when you start treating your body with the respect it deserves, which is taking care of it, eating healthy. And honestly, like, for some people that might be fueling your body more. For me, I wasn't eating enough. Like I said, I was probably overfed, undernourished for so long, and I was undernourished, but emphasis on undernourished. Like, I was not eating the right amount of nutrients. I was not taking care of my body for so long. And don't forget, true transformation happens inside out. So again, if you guys want to follow along with my fitness journey and getting shredded this summer, definitely subscribe and turn on the notifications. I'm going to be making shorts and making weekly videos all about my 75 hard journey and my leaning out for the summer, and definitely follow along, because I can't wait for my body transformation in the next 3 months and what I'm going to look like this summer, and just kind of my spiritual, mental, and emotional transformation in the next few months. So please follow along if you are interested in the journey, and comment down below what your fitness goals are and what your spiritual goals are as well, and comment down below any sort of other content that you would like like to see. Hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of the videos. And let me just leave you with this: with faith, discipline, and the right mindset, you can not only get shredded for the summer to look the best in your bikini, but you can also become spiritually stronger in every area of your life. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May his face shine upon you always. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.